Well, here we are in China for the Beijing Auto Show. We've had an excursion here to the Great Wall of China, and that behind me is the wall and also a lot of smog. It's not haze because this is a massive industrial country that is buying up cars like you wouldn't believe. For example, Volkswagen Group is number 3 worldwide in terms of sales, but they're number 1 right here in China. And of the 9 million cars they sell around the world, 1/3 are sold here in this market. So we're going to find out at the Beijing Auto Show how the Chinese market is influencing the cars that we're going to buy in North America. China, land of dragons and emperors. Less than 2 decades ago, the streets were mainly used for scooters and bicycles, and the automobile was reserved for government and commercial use. The definition of a traffic jam was non-existent, and owning a car was just a dream. Well, times have changed, and 2-wheel transportation has quickly been replaced with 4 wheels. The Chinese population has now developed an insatiable appetite for the automobile, and nothing shows it more than the hundreds of thousands of people flocking to the Beijing Auto Show. Like most auto shows, the unique and exotic cars are a big draw, but at this show, there's a whole lot more. The great thing about coming to a big show like here in Beijing is you get to see all of the brands we would never get in North America. Over 100 brands in total. You have all your top tier brands, and those are the ones that really a lot of Chinese aspire to own. But many people can't afford those top tier brands. That's where the local domestic Chinese manufacturers come in, and they have no shame in borrowing heavily from existing products. For example, is this a Toyota Land Cruiser? Is it a Lexus LX? Is it an Isuzu? Is it a Suzuki? I don't know. It's kind of a combination of all of those, and for people that can't afford those top-tier brands, this is an option. And after a while, you really don't know what to think. Some are hybrid cars, not the typical half-gas, half-electric kind of hybrid car, but these are like one half of car stuck with another half of a car. As for cars we will see here in North America, VW is by far the largest force in China. They had a few worldwide reveals that got excitement. The first was the Volkswagen Touareg R-Line, the facelifted Touareg that will be sold around the world. The Golf R has been a huge hit in Europe and is just coming to Canada in about a year's time. Let's hope that they bring out the Golf R 400, the 400 horsepower version of that fantastic car. Also, the 40th anniversary Golf concept. Volkswagen really is so big because China is their biggest market. Just how big is China to their sales?
China is on a scale beyond your imagination. And like us from Canada, we look to the south and we see large scale. But multiply that scale, even in the US, by 10. Everything is big. The market here expands at such a rapid rate that you really need to keep pace with what the people want. In order to do that, you need to be introducing new products, new ideas, new innovations, new technologies on a regular basis. And we're able to do that in China because there's a sheer economy of scale within one country that you just don't get anywhere else in the world. Well, the Chinese are a long-standing culture, and they have very strong beliefs. And some of those beliefs are rooted in their cultural stories and their history. And part of it is sparkle or shine, and chrome, the way the lights have a little bit of sparkle, are very, very important. Technology and innovation is rampant in China, and you can get it on a street corner. So you need to really keep abreast of the latest and greatest technologies and make sure they're integrated within your car right from the start. The first-time buyer in China is the largest portion of the segment in the automotive world in China. So you get a lot of first-time buyers, but that doesn't mean that they're young, because people getting their driver's license for the first time are from 15 to 55. So it's not about a young demographic like we have in the West, where you get your license and you're young. That's not the case here. So you have first-time buyers that can afford either a Jetta, or they can afford something much bigger like a Magota. And on a personal level, you know, it's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to be part of something that's going to grow and grow and grow, and to help make sure that we move in that direction.
It has been a big eye-opener coming here to Beijing just to see the enormity, the scale, how many people there are here. One perfect example is there's a city in China, the largest, that has over 30 million people. That's the entire population of Canada in just one city. Beijing, 21 million. Shanghai, 24 million people. And they're just like us. They want to have nice new cars, and they're buying them many times for the first time ever. The roads and the infrastructure is growing, and they're wanting the products, and this show is absolutely jammed. And I can see it won't be too long before this market is so big, they might be dictating the kind of vehicles that we drive in the West.